After watching Gone in the Night, you might have some questions about the ending, and I'll be answering your questions within this Gone in the Night ending explained video. But before we get into the video, just a warning that there are spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie Gone in the Night yet, then make sure to go watch it first and then come back to this video. So after watching Gone in the Night, we find out that Al and Greta's plan was to ultimately find a donor, or blood cow as Greta calls it, for transfusion therapy for Al's dad Nicholas, who apparently is dying from synaptic hypertrophism that was passed down from his father, who died from the same thing. The donor that Greta and Al find is Max, who by cutting his hand earlier in the movie when he first meets Al and Greta for the first time, are able to find out that Max is a match for Al's dad Nicholas by being able to test his blood. However, by the end of the movie, we find out that Nicholas was tested for synaptic hypertrophism and his results came back negative. He doesn't admit to Al and Greta that his results came back negative to stop the whole blood cow farming process with Max, not because he's dying from synaptic hypertrophism, but ultimately because Nicholas is just afraid of dying in general. If you are wondering why does Kath end up staying at the cabin after locking Nicholas and Al in the sea container, is because at different points in the movie it's mentioned that Kath prefers to be by herself and has everything that she needs, which are her books, her plants, and all she needs is silence forever, which is first mentioned at 22 minutes into the movie when Kath is talking to her friend and mentions all of the things that I've just mentioned. Also at the beginning of the movie, when Max and Kath first enter the cabin, Max tells Kath that the cabin is like Kath's brain, meaning that the cabin already had things that Kath is interested in. At around 50 minutes into the movie, when Kath and Nicholas are talking in the car and Nicholas is telling Kath about a troubling time in his life, Kath tells Nicholas, "So what you're saying is if I make it through all of this, I will get my own cabin in the woods?" And Nicholas says exactly. And ultimately, we see by the end of the movie, Kath ends up getting her own cabin by taking Nicholas's cabin. We also find out that Kath prefers the quietness of being out in the middle of nowhere when she tells Nicholas the world is so loud, and Nicholas replies by saying, "What do you think I'm doing out here?" referring to the cabin in the woods he lives in, which means that Kath prefers the quietness of nature compared to the noise of the city. Also, given the fact that Kath works with plants, the cabin is perfect for her given its location. I also believe that Kath decides to stay at the cabin because given the adrenaline of the situation that has just happened, and also given the things I just mentioned on top of the fact it is mentioned earlier by Max that Kath isn't really adventurous, is why I think she ultimately decides to stay at the cabin given that it's in the middle of nowhere where nobody will probably go there or find the cabin either way. If this video helped you to understand the ending of Gone in the Night, then make sure to leave a like on the video. If there's another question you have about the ending of Gone in the Night, then make sure to leave your comments down below. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. It would be awesome if you subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.